Hello students, welcome back to ADP classes. Next is about local and global scope of variables. Parameters and variables that are assigned in a called function are said to exist in that function's local scope. So the local and global variable thing what you have studied earlier with respect to other programming languages like C, Java and all, the same is applicable here as well. So parameter and variable that are assigned in a called function are said to exist in that function's local scope. So they will act as a local variable for the said function. Variables that are assigned outside all the functions are said to exist in the global scope. So they are considered as the global variable. So whatever the variables or parameters assigned outside all the functions, they are called as global variables. Otherwise, if they are assigned inside, then it is called as then they are called as the local variables. Sorry. Please go through all these explanations. Okay. Scope matter for several reasons. So why this scope comes into picture? Question comes. So code in global scope outside all the functions cannot use any local variable. So code in the global scope, so outside all the functions should use the global variables only. It cannot use any local variable. However, code in a local scope can access to global variable. This is true because global is applicable for everyone, whereas local is limited, right? Even the local function can have access to the global variable of the program, but vice versa is not true. So code in a function's local scope cannot use the variable in other local scope. Obviously, this is obvious. This is in meaning of local. It is restricted to someone. If a function A has got some variables, say integer variables A and B, okay, then second function, say function B, cannot use them because scope of integer A and B variables, they are restricted to function A itself, right, since they are declared inside the function A. Otherwise, if it is declared outside all the functions, then it is considered as global. In that case, any of the function can have a use of it. So you can use the same name for different variables, okay, if they are in different scope. But global variables name clash should not happen, but for local variables you can use same name, okay, since their scope is limited to particular function, not for all. Getting no? Please go through all the explanations. Okay. Next is about exception handling. So exception is an erroneous condition, right? Recall the exception handling concept in Java. So getting an error or exception in your Python program means the entire program will crash. So you don't want this to happen in real world programs. Instead, you want the program to detect the error, handle them, and then continue the execution, right? So for example, divide by 0 error and all, right? Just recall the things what you have said in Java. The same numbers were used earlier also, 42 divided by 0 and all, right? So a function spam which takes a parameter, say divide by, so 42 a value should be returned. So what value it returns? 42 divided by 42 upon the variable name itself is also divided by only, right? So you are making a call for the function spam by passing a parameter 2. 42 divided by 2 is not 0, of course, so 21 will be returned. 42 divided by 12 also it is not 0, so integer value will be returned. 42 divided by, at case number 3, print of spam of 0, right, spam of 0. So 42 divided by 0, in that case what will happen? Divide by 0 error will come, isn't it? So to avoid that, we have to handle the exception, that divide by 0 condition, right? Let us see how to handle them and all. This is how we handle the exceptions in Python. So same function is defined, definition of spam, you can see divide by. So it returns 42 divided by the variable name divide by. Okay, in that try block you can see. So try block, which is containing a set of print statements. That print statement makes a call for spam with different parameters, as we have used the parameters earlier, the same one. Okay, the first statement, first line of print statement, print spam of 2, right? Print spam of 12, there is no issue with them, but issue is with print spam of 0. Once you pass 0, what will happen? In place of divide by that parameter, you are receiving 0 as the argument, so return where 42 divided by, just substitute 0. So any number divided by 0 is an infinity, right? So appropriate message to be displayed. So since it is included inside the try block, corresponding error message will be displayed. So exception will be handled properly. In Java, it will look into the catch block, isn't it? So except, it will look into the except block. So except zero division error, right? Or divide by zero error, zero division error. This is the parameter, built-in parameter. Please remember keyword. Okay. So error invalid argument. This message will be printed. So program will not be terminated. Simply it will print this error message, predefined error message, and it will go to the next line on of try block. What is the next line of try block? Again a print statement, spam of 1 this time. Okay. So you can check the output. So 21.0, the real value will be displayed, that is print spam of 2. Spam of 2, in place of divide by, you have passed 2, right? 42 divided by 2, 21. 21.0 will be printed. 42 divided by 12, 3.5 will be printed. Then 22 divided by 0 will come. Sorry, 42 divided by 0 will come. 42 divided by 0, invalid, error invalid argument. This message will be displayed, followed by, right? That's what. This will be the output. So there the program terminates. Program terminates because of execution of the except block. Okay, invalid argument. This because of the execution of that. So and it has control has reached the end of the statement, right? So one more line, print statement, print spam of 1. So that is skipped because the control has reached the end of the statement of the program, that is last print statement, except block it has reached. So that's it, there it ends the execution. Please go through the short program zigzag, okay, printing of asterisk. Please go through them. Please go through the program once. Consider this as assignment. Please observe the comment lines and all. So whatever the statements prefixed with hash, consider it as the comment line. Read the comment line, try to understand the program, okay, and check the output. Output is what? That's it, very simple thing. Output is the expected one. So in zigzag, a program is called as a zigzag one, so asterisk should be displayed, okay, in this manner. Please consider this as assignment. Go through the topics once again, okay. If you have any doubt, let us discuss this program once again later on, okay. Have a look at this program, but this completes the third chapter also, okay. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.